He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Chatham County, Georgia, where a man is recovering after a shooting in said county. Chatham County police officers responded to the End Market on Johnny Mercer Boulevard Friday night. Officials say they found a man who said he had accidentally shot himself while trying to remove his gun from under a car seat.
Jesus.
And when he says car seat, I think it means baby car seat.
I'm hoping it means driver's seat, like he just tucked it under the seat.
Me too.
But I could 100% see him jamming it back under, hopefully non-occupied baby seat.
Because, yes, of course. The victim had a gunshot wound to the leg that police say appeared to be non-life-threatening. No arrests were made, and no charges were filed in connection with the incident. So the leg is a long appendage.
Right.
Which it could have been under the seat.
Well,
his seat.
Yeah, so like I could see him pulling the gun out and like lighting one off into his calf or like ankle. I could also see it being he reached back behind him to get it from under kid's car seat, and as he brought it forward towards his holster, that he lit one off into thigh knee area.
Yeah, or even just trying to retrieve it from under the seat, like he torches off around, like goes laterally
right into his foot,
into his
foot or ankle.
No, it'd still probably be thigh.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like if it's flat under there, but I don't know. I was just, I'm theorizing because this is a very short story. But thank you, Kate Saxton, for writing it from WJCL.com. I'm getting a text about a suppressor I'm looking at.
Ooh.
Tyler the suppressor is helping me shop because he knows all the things. Okay. Next thing. I know everybody's very concerned when I was messing with the nickel-plated sissy pistol in the last episode. I did get it back together shortly after we got done recording.
Yay.
It's sort of like, do you ever have this problem with M&Ps, Jeff? I have with the Shields a little bit and with my M&P 40 a little bit. If the guide rod's not just right, you kind of have to pull the little bit of the guide rod that's still sticking out of the slide when you get the slide on and like kind of pull it back and let go until it finally finds the slot.
I've had to do that for my Shadow 2s.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I don't take them apart that much anymore.
That's what the problem was. It's a very tight fit for like the head of the guide rod that is back where
it was a tight fit for the head.
It was a tight fit for that head. Yes. Giggity. For the takedown lever to hang on to it. I don't know if takedown lever is sexual.
I mean, not with that attitude.
No. So anyway, I got it back together. All is well.
So now you are in possession of a nickel-plated sissy pistol
that I believe is still functioning. I don't think I broke it, but anyway,
it is a Taurus.
It worked great for Robert Downey Jr. How did you like the cover of the last episode, Jeff? Did you see it?
Yes, it was pretty solid.
Oh.
Now he did also get rid of that gun almost immediately and replace it with a Glockenspiel.
Well, that's because he was. Well, no, he was about to kill Wesley Snipes with it.
Right.
But then the one guy walked in on him.
And he shot him.
And then he shot him and with the 45. Yeah, I don't remember what he did with it. Because God, I haven't seen that in forever. Now I need to watch that. It's like on a streaming service I don't have.
Group watch.
Yeah. There's another one. I mean, we'd be watching it for just the one scene, though. I mean, The Fugitive's way better.
Yes.
As a movie. U.S. Marshals is okay, but the Fugitive is way better. Okay. I tried out some new pasters.
Did you now?
I did. They're blackout pasters, and I got them from Don Lee down in Kansas City. He used to sell targets, but he's still doing pasters. And he called me and said, "Hey, I got some pasters I want you to try." So he sent me a few rolls of his pasters. And the thing I always liked about the pasters that he had was that they're a little big. They feed fucking great in a paster gun.
Yeah.
Like really great, like perfectly. My one big knock on the Cloak and Dagger pasters is they don't feed the best in the paster gun. Like you get 2 at a time half the time, like it'll go and they just don't feed. Everything else about them is great.
Right.
But I didn't even realize it was that because I switched roles and all of a sudden, the paster gun works perfectly now. I thought it was my paster gun. Like something was wrong with it. And as soon as I switched pasters, it was working better. These pasters they're very sticky. They work in the cold. We have used his pasters in the past. And they work well in the cold. They're very, very sticky. So sticky that I used one to occlude my dot at Iowa one year, and it left glue and a little bit behind. So they're very, very sticky. They're not made to occlude dots, though, so it's not like I can blame Don for that. My only knock with these, and I haven't tried them on waterproof targets, but he says that they will work better on waterproof targets than his old ones. And they do have a black backing, and they almost black out sunlight poking through. When I was practicing, my range faces like you're shooting south. And so this time of year, the sun is, especially late in the day, the sun is in the southwest. And I had a target facing that direction. And the sun was, it was making a mark. But you know how usually with like the cheaper pasters, well, actually not really cheaper because they're not really that much. They don't cost that much less than the Cloak and Dagger either. But it's just like this gigantic white spot on a paster. Like the Shooter's Connection ones or basically any other one. Like it's distracting how much that sunlight hits it.
Yeah.
It's very muted. It's there, but it's very muted. So, and I told him that. I said I think they're great. They're not 100% opaque with the sun behind it. And he said, yeah, I couldn't get them any thicker or darker or whatever, but yeah. So I don't know where one can buy these, but I can, if someone's interested, I can get you in touch with him. So anyway, I thought that was sort of a interesting thing.
Yeah, it's getting the pacers right is such a difficult thing, and because when we had him on the interview, he was explaining all the intricacies of trying to get it done.
Oh, when we had Cloak and Dagger on?
Yeah. So it's nice that there are other options, especially if they're not feeding through the pacer guns, which is important for us. But I have found that pacer guns are not ubiquitous throughout the country. And I feel like that's a failing of many clubs. I understand why, because, they don't see the speed up of them, or they don't want to take the liability of like, oh, hey, we handed these out. Oh, we handed out 6, 5 came back, and they're like $40 a piece.
Faster than staple guns.
Yeah. Yeah. But
and they would and it wouldn't even necessarily be on purpose.
I've 100% accidentally taken home a friend's pacer gun that I grabbed off the table, was using, put it in my cart, forgot about it, put it in my car, drove away, and I'm like, oh shit, that's not my pacer gun. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure I have a staple gun from your club in my bag right now.
Yeah, more than likely. It's just how it goes. So, but it's for anyone who has not used a pacer gun, they are.
I think they're overrated for matches. They're amazing for practice.
I kind of agree. I
think at matches, especially at majors, you got enough people running around. The pacer gun is like, okay, if you want to use your pacer gun, cool. But I think a lot of people will be like, I know there are people who have said, oh, hey, I'm going to grab a roll and I'll just like pace for the whole match. And then they get to the next stage. Oh, I'm going to just grab a roll and I'm going to pace for the whole match. And they're like doing this tight ass, $20 robbery. Like, oh yeah, I'll just do. You know what? And like, Bruce was like, I don't care. And I was like, it fucking bugs me. Like, no one is pacing that many targets at a major match.
Yeah.
That they need to use a pacer gun. I'm a big leave your pacer gun at home.
Well, I will say, if for a major match, if you have a large cluster of targets that needs to be pasted, put a pacer gun out there, because the amount of times where I've watched like a speed shoot with 5-6 targets less than 10 yards apart, and there's a half a dozen people down there pacing them when it could just be one dude going click, 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 done. It just feels kind of counter. Yeah. Like it feels faster, but it's nice that there is someone trying to compete with Cloak and Dagger and making better pacers that also run through pacer guns better.
Yeah. All right. So it finally happened. There's finally an official announcement on the Area 3 match for this year.
Woo!
There was a press release posted on the Area 3 Facebook page. It's going to be September 2nd through the 6th, which we kind of already knew this. It's Labor Day weekend in good old Grand Island, Nebraska, at the Heartland Public Shooting Park. Or they should just quit calling it the Heartland. Just call it the Hornady Public Shooting Park in Grand Island, Nebraska, because Hornady's actually running it now. So blah, 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 sentences, words. The details that matter, I guess I already said them. The match fee is $250.
Oof.
I found that interesting.
What was it, Area 3 last year?
$230 at a club that was buying all new shit. And I'm very cynical when it comes to match fees. This is a recent thing for me, and I'm not even picking on Area 3. Like, I'm cynical of them in general. Not so much for nationals, because those are incredibly expensive, but especially at clubs where you're not paying for people who are coming and staying in hotels and reimbursing those hotels. I think everybody that worked Area 3 last year, we paid them $300. And then there were some who were helping with all the setup, and there were some people who got more, and they absolutely deserved it. But your staff giving them something is a huge expense. And the reason I'm thinking about it is I'm thinking about it with my club and my match, like Great Plains. I think when it's all said and done, the $130, and I just left it what it was last year, and it's the going rate for matches. I don't think it needs to be that high at an established club. And the thing is, like, if it's at a new club and it's a new thing, like, then how do they buy stuff? Right, I know. I get, like, this weird dichotomy I'm talking about. But next year, I strongly suspect the match fee will actually go down for Great Plains. Because I'm not, this year, I don't know if you noticed, I'm not pursuing sponsors this year at all.
Okay.
We're going to have a prize table. We're going to buy some shit. But I just don't want to deal with it. And I asked Dan if he wanted to deal with it. And he said, nope, I don't want to deal with it. I'm like, cool, bro. No problem. And I'm just not going to deal with it. We're not going to have sponsors. We're still going to have a prize table because people paid money. And, the club doesn't really need to pocket every penny that, like, I make sure there's a few thousand for the club, to make money on. And the club actually, at our last board meeting, is spending $10,000 on shit for practical shooting at the club, because we've had some very successful dark matches and club matches, and there's more shooters than ever. And when you look at the numbers of everything that was spent, it's like, all the USPSA stuff was paid for from Great Plains. I would just buy props out of the match budget. I would buy, walls out of the match budget. So now the club is actually just buying the stuff. Right. And we're getting a bunch of poppers and whatnot. And I'm getting a little off topic, but I just wonder if it really costs that much. Now, maybe Hornady's charging a shitload to have the match there. I don't know. I can tell you that the the Pete Lean Shooting Sports Complex in Rapid City. I think it was like $6,000 is what we paid to have the match there last year.
Yep.
It wasn't a flat amount. It was a flat amount per shooter. I think it was like $20 a shooter is what we actually paid the state for that. So it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000. I can't remember exactly what the number was, but and maybe that's what it is. But I mean, I thought $230 last year was a little much, and now it's gone up to $250. And I know that's what area matches around the country are going for. And if that's what area matches are going for, then okay. But if they don't need to go for that, why are they going for that?
Well, and it becomes the conversation around, let me see where the dollar bills are going. And because as a capitalist, I would say if your match sells out, you didn't charge enough.
Yeah. But then what do you do that? What do you do with that extra money that is
correct?
Like, this isn't a capitalist endeavor. It is literally a nonprofit endeavor.
Right. And that's where
most of the time it is.
Right. And that's where that different mindset comes in. So it becomes a conversation. Are you reimbursing your staff more?
Yes.
Are you helping?
Our staff's getting more this year.
Right. Well, are you setting up so that you can accommodate more people? Are you figuring out ways to make a better product? I don't know.
That's another thing. There's more people in the match this year. I just decided, fuck it, we're going to 15-man squads, and kept the price the same. And now that means we have 3 times. There's 30 more shooters in the match this year. That's another $4,500.
Yeah, 4.5. So yeah, and so it just you've got to help people to like
staff's getting more.
Right.
That's going to happen.
Staff's getting more, and maybe the conversation is just, okay, just keep raising the price till it stops, or you just accept that it's first come, first serve. This is the amount of money we want to make. I think
I'm just going to be that knucklehead in the middle of the country who's charging less than everybody else. This is what I want to do next year.
Yeah, no, it's your deep rooted, what is it, Norwegian, Scandinavian?
Yeah. I think my cheapness comes from the Danish in my blood.
Dane, that's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, I'm married to a Dutch girl. I mean, there's plenty of...
That's right. So you've got that plus the Midwestern.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're like, oh man, Bud, why should we be charging anything? We should, Bud, we should just be doing this for the love of the game, boys. Don't you know?
Anyway, so Area 3, it goes on sale March 15th. So, there you go. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month, and you will get all of the rest of this episode. You know what you won't get if you don't listen to the rest of this episode and you're not a patron subscriber? 10 things I hate about major matches. We did 10 things me and Steven hated about Jeff a few weeks ago. I was like, you know what? This sounds like a fun recurring bit. 10 things we hate about blah. So I wrote a list of 10 things I hate about major matches. We're going to do that here coming up very, very shortly. Also... oh, balls. You'd think I could do this off the top of my head, but I cannot. Adam Grimclass at my club. If you are interested, April 24th and 25th, get a hold of me. r/NASS on Reddit. MW Activewear, the finest jerseys you can get for your match. Go find them. Link in the show notes to Michelle's Instagram. Northwoods is May 2nd and 3rd up at Forest Lake, Minnesota. PCSL Belt, May 17th at Mission 160. Great Plains section, June 6th and 7th. Just a few slots are left. I did have one withdrawal the other day. Cornhusker is full on Sunday, but might have some room on Sunday, or pardon me, on Saturday. Sunday's full, Saturday's got room. 27th and 28th of June. Rushmore State Championship, July 11th and 12th out in Rapid City. And Minnesota section. I have to scroll up to the last episode. August 29th and 30th at Forest Lake. Boom. But like I always say, patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month.